Okay, so turns out we're live. What's up, everybody?
How y'all doing?
So yeah, this is the World Serpent Championships. This is an online BBCF major. Currently, we're going to be getting into the PC portion of the pools, as this is not only changed by the nations, you know, like NA, EU, Japan having their own separate brackets, but there's also PS4 and PC brackets. So today we're going to be doing the PC pool, and I'm the Ebonic Plague, and I'm joined here by...
I'm Mini Matt. Great to be here. It's really exciting to be commentating some BBCF.
Yeah, the last time you and I commentated some CF, I believe it was Frosties.
It was a while ago.
Like, not this Frosties,
No,
like last year's or something.
God, even this year's Frosties feels so long ago at this point.
The eternal, like... it feels like an eternal slumber right now. But yeah, so, coming into it, I just trying to make sure that there'd be no problems with my internet, so and my computer, so I closed my Chrome browser and I was getting ready to bring up the brackets, and I hadn't got them up before we went live, so I have to check which brackets we're going through right now. I don't know if you have them.
GTs.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are, while you're getting that up, there's a lot of people who are PC only, so it's exciting to see them to have a chance to compete in this event. I know a lot of the BBCF net play stuff has traditionally been PS4.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see just who comes out of the woodwork for this PC.
Yeah. It's not just the people that are PC only as well that we're checking out. We're also noticing that there is the people that you would normally see on PS4 also entering the PC brackets, because I mean, why not, right? Like, more CF to play.
Yeah, exactly.
But so like for example, I can just name off some lists. In Pool 1, there's Mustache Villain, Genosade, Serpent. You guys may have heard of those names. And then in Pool 2 is like Madocat, Mecha Oni, Onikage. You know, the list I could go down.
Yeah, these brackets are stacked.
So, are we doing Pool 1? Or are we doing both pools and it kind of alternates here? If anybody knows.
I believe... But let me just check.
I think we're getting typed in the Discord right now. So we're doing Pool 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No. We're doing Pool 1 right now. So, Pool 1 is consistent of Kyo-chan out of Oregon, GYP, X-Slayer. X-Slayer is a PNW player. Oh shoot, the legendary Arc Lancer. Let's see, we got IGM, GIM. We have a DQ already. Apparently somebody's already been DQ'd.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, let's see, Mustache Villain, Mutsuyoshi, Bladeless, Genosade, Itsudeku. There's 2 DQs in this pool already. Aerodat. Yeah, I mean, like, already with the strong set of players in the pool. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be interesting because I used to watch a lot of BBCF net play stuff, and you know, sometimes the brackets, because all of these players are so strong and so consistently play to their best of their abilities, they sometimes could sort of feel like they got a little samey, but all of these strong players also being thrown in to the pool of PC players. It's been a long time, so a lot of other players have gotten stronger. I'm really excited just to see how far the BlazBlue netplay meta has evolved. Like, everyone's gotten so good at this game over the past few years.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we've had like so much time to just sit here and play it, because like it's been going for... God. How long have we been on CF? It's been years.
Feels like a decade.
Oh my goodness. I like, it all just like washed over me. I was just like, wait a minute, it's been at least like 2 or 3 years since CF came out. At least, right? Like, I have to Google it now.
Yeah.
I'm so... Alright, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's been a long time at this point.
This game came out 5 years ago.
Yeah, half a decade.
Oh
Incredible.
god! This game came out 5 years ago.
That's 5
We have
years to get
5
Micro
years.
Dash Tenjin. You've had 5 years to get that time.
I mean, 5 years of loving this game anyway, since I've been playing it and commentating it since before it came out, like, and just never really stopping,
It's still a good game all these years later. It didn't stop being good at any point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like we're actually gonna get going. We're gonna be underway here. GYP and X-Slayer coming up. So hopefully they made sure to do the buttons and everything like that. I really hope we don't have any of those mishaps. But yeah, so like I said, X-Slayer is coming out of PNW. X-Slayer known for a myriad of characters, actually. Previously dabbled in like Valkenhayn. I believe had messed with Jubei at a point as well. But I think the most well-known like situation for them as a character would be this Mu right here.
That's a pretty big spread among character types. Those characters are all really different.
It's like super different styles, right? It's like not really the. Also, I just noticed my PS version, or my PC version. I turned off the music, probably because I was playing my own music when I was training mode or something.
I may or may not have reinstalled BBCF specifically for this event, so my music is back on. Got him.
Well, I guess I don't know what music is playing, but if anybody picks Black Onslaught, I'll never find out.
Yo, you pick it.
I'm immune.
He can't stop me. He can't stop me. I want it.
Oh, okay, great overdrive
Nice.
right there on the 6B. So that was going to allow for X-Slayer to be able to get the hit. Also being able to set up Steins. Now it's got a few hits, but oh, great explosion.
Ooh, looks like the move went the wrong way, stopping the conversion.
Yeah, sometimes you aren't ready for that, right? Like maybe you're just a little bit too close, and then the move like knocks them over like too far to the left or something.
It almost feels so bad. Well, nice conversion.
Oh, he almost got the whole thing too, and he was really low to the ground. I would have been pretty surprised. I'm unfortunately, if I do know GYP, I'm unfortunately forgetting them off the top of my head right now, and I feel really bad. But if I don't, I'm not very well familiar. But they're doing a great job of navigating not only the Steins, but where X-Slayer is trying to press buttons, and also keeping overwhelming when X-Slayer wants to put a Stein up.
Yeah, their screen control with the Steins is nothing to sneeze at. The GYP is doing such a good job of threading the needle and getting in there.
Oh wow, the 2A actually stopping the 60 teleport. Okay, got the throw, tossing him back in the corner. This is pretty good damage. Mu has always had really high. Oh no, the reset.
Setup.
I don't think that was
so
intentional,
cheeky.
but it ended up working out.
The American reset.
Okay, look at the damage. I think again another drop. Probably inputting whatever it is a bit too early. Oh wow, that nail actually saved GYP because that would have gone straight into super and probably killed.
So stressful to have to play neutral against a screen pollution character when you have no life.
Yeah, a screen pollution character that has really far-reaching normals, vertically and horizontally, and also has a pretty decent run speed, right? So if you're like trying to be in the air, she does a really good job of just running under you just like that, right? You're seeing that a ton from X-Slayer because I think they've identified that they can just leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. GYP is good at navigating the neutral, not quite as good as chasing them down, and that's proving to be a big problem.
Yeah, I think at a point he's gonna have to start using his nails for. They're gonna have to start using their nails for chasing down, but that could then start running out of nails, and then what are they gonna do after that happens?
They're already
Maybe
down
that's
to
what they're
4.
worried
They've
about.
gotten bled dry, not really getting that much damage.
Oh, the JC catching the bumper dash, which puts them in counter hit state, unfortunately.
A nice cool 3K. You'll love to see it.
Yeah. Luckily, he was GYP was able to get out of the corner, but there it is, the laser hitting, and then
Not the drop, but it's all right.
Gonna finish it off. First game to X-Slayer.
I really like that mid-game adaptation by X-Slayer, recognizing which strategy was actually working and which maybe not so much.
Yeah, definitely. The being able to run under Bang, trying to like jump around, trying to air dash and whatnot. Big help, right? Because X-Slayer was able to completely avoid pretty much every situation that would have put them on the defense, right? Getting put on the defense versus like Bang can be really annoying, especially if he has bumpers, because he can, you know, put situations where it's like double overhead, or he can cross you up faster than you can react to, etc., right? So the one time he was put on defense, he actually ended up overdriving through a 6B.
Looks like he might be sticking with Bang.
Mm-hmm. And X-Layer looks to be changing their buttons, so possibly with an incorrect button, because when you're hovering a character that low on the character select screen, it's you're usually down on the button select, and the game doesn't recognize that you're not hovering over a character, so it just keeps the character portrait up for some reason. You know, given that X-Layer did win that game, you know, not allowed to switch characters, right?
Right, but buttons are fine.
Yeah, well, especially if you have the wrong buttons.
No, if you win, you gotta play with the wrong buttons. It's a new rule, just for this event.
I feel like we should like do that. We should have like a tournament event where somebody changes the buttons before you sit down. You can still pick your character, right? But the buttons are something that you're not allowed to touch and you're not allowed to look at before it starts.
You can't switch it unless you lose.
And if you lose, you can't switch them back. Or I mean, if you win, you can't switch them back. Sorry. I don't know. We'll think about that. We'll think about that one.
And it's fine.
Big counter hit on the 5C. Yeah, burst coming out right there from GYP.
Nice.
Oh, the cross under.
Counter hit as well, pushing GYP all the way into the corner. I've noticed X-Layer's getting a lot of mileage off of jump back JC.
That's a big punish right there. Yeah, jump back JC, it covers a lot of ground despite the fact that she's moving backwards, right? So it's really, really hard to deal with. And I think the reason why X-Layer's going to that a ton is because they've identified the movement paths from the previous game. You remember when they were running under Bang a ton? Well, that kind of gave the data of how GYP would move in the air. And then, like, okay, so jump back JC. Really big work.
I think even more than that, GYP is getting a little anxious when they can't approach in the air because X-Layer is just running over them. They want to run up and press a button on the ground, right? And JC is perfectly suited for covering that. Mm-hmm. I really like how X-Layer is structuring their neutral in general.
Yeah, it's definitely working out very, very well. However, GYP did get some really strong hits also with the poison nail, right? So life totals are pretty close. Oh, trying to keep the pressure up. Got exactly that. Poison nail and got the extension. Okay, got Rin and Ka of the seals, but Fu and Za still need to be administered here. Got the air unblockable, and there's a lot of meter plus overdrive available here. Oh yeah, DPRC is a big proponent of move players being able to get out of stuff, right? Like that DP is one of the better ones in the game. You know, it sure
guard point and invincibility, something weird like that.
Yes, it does. Guard point and invincibility, because she needs it.
Nice jab out. Looks like GP is trying to use the poison needle aggressively just to kind of stop X-Layer from being able to do whatever they want full screen.
The idea, because if you're able to total up life without even actually being able to touch the opponent, that can be pretty important. Oh, got the hit. Couldn't get the full conversion. Tries to backdash out, and oh my goodness, was able to jump out of the 6C. No full conversion though. Trying to go for a setup, but X-Layer somehow gets out.
When I saw that bang jab, I had flashbacks of 5A to 5K.
Dude, I remember playing that game every day. Every character was doing like, it was like 5B to 5K, and then instead Bang was like, nah, dude, it's 5A or 2A, and I get 5K still.
Oh, I jabbed you. I got him. GG's.
Yeah. Dragon Punch used to wall bounce from anywhere in the screen.
That's so good.
But yeah, so X-Layer gonna take it, and I do believe I gotta hit the button on my stick. And I do believe one of the biggest like things that allowed for X-Layer to take that set right there, and so well, was their ability to move around in neutral, figuring out when to press buttons, and figuring out the rhythm of JYP, right? Just like you were talking about the jump back JCs, or even the jump forward JCs, because that counter hit a couple of times. There was just so much mileage, so much health, even in straight hits, even when X-Layer couldn't like fully convert off them, they still ended up paying off dividends, right? It just tacked on and on and on.
Yeah, if that sequence happens 3 times in a row, that's a good 1/5 of your life bar right there, just from getting clipped by stray JCs. It's no joke.
And it's so hard for Bang to be able to move around in that matchup too, because of the steins that Moo can put on the field, right? She gets a couple of steins in the field, and his air dash persists for so long that he may just get hit out of like an air dash, right? Or any other movement option that he's probably trying to go to. One of the things that I did notice with GYP though was when they got a guard point on any of Bang's drives attacks, they pretty much always went towards the furthest teleport, right? And there was a couple of times where the guard point into either explosion or a close teleport would have netted them a big counter hit. And instead they went for the furthest teleport, and they completely just would like whiff a 2D or a 6D, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that sort of mid-set awareness can sometimes be really tricky, though.
Mm-hmm. Whatever the case, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't going anywhere super meaningful with that. We can move on.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, like, you know, whatever the case, X-Slayer is going to be moving on, and they're going to be fighting Kyo-chan later on, who plays Mai. Well, if she still plays Mai, I'm not sure. Yeah. So GYP is going to be on losers bracket.
Yeah, it looks like up next on stream we're going to have Serpent versus Soda in My Cereal.
Oh, are we? What a name. Serpent, another player out of PNW. Looks like a lot of the PNWs in this pool, actually. Let's see, 1, 2... I'm going to see how much PNW is in here. There was 4 PNW in this pool, but E2 Deku DQ'd. Interesting. Is there any more PNW in here that I'm missing? I think it was just 4. Now I gotta see pool 2. I want to see what's going on over there, because that's happening simultaneously. You know, while we try to get this matchup of Soda in My Cereal versus Serpent going. Oh, go ahead.
To be fair, in a big net play event, having 4 PNW in the same pool is still pretty wild. It's a huge representation for their Blaze Blue scene.
Yeah, we've always been a big Blaze Blue area. This used to be the retirement home, actually.
I thought FF14 was the retirement home.
Yeah, we were like the physical location of a retirement home. So, yeah, but so checking that out. Yeah, so I guess I'll just talk about Serpent a little bit. Serpent, known Kagura player, consistent streamer for PNW as well. When we're doing like Blaze Blue offline events, things like that. So, you know, big ups to him. He's been a big help throughout the years in that regard. He didn't originally used to stream at all, but you know, he actually ended up like picking up the mantle of helping out with the stream. And somehow, all the while learning how to do streaming and all of this stuff, he got super good at CF. Like he just improved leaps and bounds despite the fact that he had those extra responsibilities on his back. So he's now known to be one of the I would say one of the stronger Kaguras that you know, the US has. One of 2 Kaguras in PNW actually.
Kaguras is kind of a It's not a super high bar. This character is not very popular in this version. He's a struggle character, right? Like,
trying his best, yeah. He's trying his best, for sure.
It makes it even more impressive, though, that Serpent is doing work with a character that has problems, put politely.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, the character can have problems and still do well as long as it has the tools to succeed, right? And I think at this point, you know, players like Haru and Ruka and, you know, I mean, even I guess you could say Serpent himself. You know, obviously not every matchup, but...
Yeah, he has some good C buttons, good to see. He has some sand stuff. He has the slide. Speaking of slides,
okay,
we got some slides to show you real quick. Starting with an advertisement for this whole event, the World Serpent Championships.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna transition
video
over we're gonna transition to a video real quick here. that was really exciting. You know what else is exciting? Caden Books. Check out some of Caden Books' newest manga releases. Go to visit their website. Give them a follow on Twitter at Caden Books. Hope I pronounced that right. I hope you let it slide. Speaking of letting it slide, we got a shootout slide coming up here. If you use code WSC2020, you get 25% off BlazBlue related merchandise. Also, this tournament weekend, you can look. Shootout has some very good. I have mixed up. Bonic, help me. I've lost. My
what
mind.
do you need? What do you need, my friend? What do you? Is it your mic's cutting in now?
I need you to help me to bring awareness to the JP arcades. Recently, they've started shutting things down and going under quarantine. So please check out your favorite arcades, Twitters or YouTube, see if they're taking paid subs or crowdfunding or something like that. A lot of them are actually at risk of shutting down permanently if they don't get some help. So if there are any arcades that you care about personally, or the legacy of it, like Mikado or whatever, just take a look.
Yeah, definitely a lot of arcades around here suffering from the unfortunate positions of COVID-19, and a lot of them are running like GoFundMe's and doing donation stuff like that. And we're doing a donation thing here as well with the World Serpent Championship, and you guys can see the link for that bit.ly/AFGCWSC to donate, and you can help fight against COVID-19, because we are really trying to help out a lot of the people who have been affected by this, the people who support the FGC and things, and so big shout outs to Chick Zomba, her team, setting everything up. There's a lot of people to thank. Could run down a list for about 20 days, unfortunately.
But it is great to see all of this generosity and people coming out to help each other, to help support each other in these definitely very trying times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just to give you guys a bit of an update, we're waiting on Serpent right now. I think he went to the incorrect room, or either that, or he's in one of the other brackets. I can't remember what was said in the Discord right now. But yeah, so we're just waiting on that to be able to get something else going on. But yeah, so again, you guys are tuning in to, as we've shown, as the logo shows, the World Serpent Championships. And
the Big Snake Tournament.
The Big Snake, as with all of Chick Zama's anything, really. It's like... I'm wearing a Hazama shirt right now, actually. You guys, it's at like the bottom. It's at the bottom. I would have to like lift my shirt like all the way just to show you guys. But yeah, I'm wearing a Hazama shirt right now, back because I used to be a Hazama main back in CS.
So like those pants that have like the racing fire on them. I'm wearing those, but like with Hazama chains. You can't see them on stream, unfortunately, but you just gotta trust me. I got my Hazama chain print pants.
That's right. Yeah, yo. I've actually got my illegal butterfly dive somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Where's my fedora? But yeah,
it's crazy that all the best stuff is just off screen. Sorry, chat.
Yeah, sorry, you guys can't see it all. It's like over here and over there, and sorry. But
trust us, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, pretty much everything that Chick will do has to do with the snakes. If you've ever been in any of these Discords, they have they have snakes on most of them. The logos, all this stuff. Her name is Chick Zama. We know what she's about.
There's aesthetic.
Yeah.
We're ready for it.
Oh, we got Serpent in here. Oh, okay.
Nice.
So we're waiting on, what is it, the young cereal? Soda in my cereal? I wonder, do you know who Soda in my cereal is? I have to check this.
I don't buy that username. It's definitely extra enough that I would be willing to believe that it was someone else who had a different PC name. But...
I'm checking right now. I'm browsing the Twitter.
Yeah.
I've never seen this person in my life. Oh, sorry. I don't know who this is. They definitely have, however, a Twitter avatar of someone pouring soda in the cereal. So at least they're on brand.
Good. I'm glad they've embraced their aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, somebody pours soda in their cereal, they gotta tell someone.
That sounds mad gross, by the way.
Either that or they're advocates for soda in the cereal.
No, I don't support this.
You
this
know,
is my strong opinion of the night.
Is the soda that they're talking about this right here? You know, Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
If you put Baja Blast in your cereal, we're gonna have a nice long off-stream talk.
Yo, if we get enough donations, I'll eat fucking cereal with Baja Blast in it.
Oh,
no milk.
God.
I'll absolutely do that. I don't know what the donation threshold should be for that though.
Local streamer eats Baja Blast cereal, no butter, no salt.
I'm fucking dead ass, my friend. Since I don't want to get Chickzama in trouble or the streamer in trouble, I can't speak. My normal people speak. I have to pretend to be white for a couple of days. It's just it is. This is also how we fill time here in the Anime FGC.
Yeah.
We talk about putting soda in the cereal.
When you're surrounded by anime 24/7, you get so desensitized. You really gotta reach.
Yeah. You know. I feel like we've all done some dumb shit stuff to just to get that reach. But you know, I mean, you know, I've definitely posted me in some dockies at certain points. Some people have talked about bathwater, for example.
Oh my god, I'd actually forgotten.
You forgot about the bathwater? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it actively for a couple of weeks.
Hey, you know, that's fair. Yeah, I totally understand that. You know, not a lot of people really remember that there was a big bathwater craze for quite some time. You know, it got traded in for another weird meme, you know.
Things move fast in the Twitter era.
Yeah, really quick. Oh, man. Oh, no, Serpent left. Serpent's gone. Serpent died. They're probably switching.
Like
Let me check the Discord.
Yeah. We're switching to Mustached Villain versus Aradat.
Oh, Mustache. Yeah. They're both in the stream chat, so at the very least we know we're there, right? So we're gonna be seeing Aradat, Mustache Villain, one of the biggest Blaze Blue memers that exist right now. Tager God.
Tager is, and I mean this in the most positive way possible, the biggest meme character in Blaze Blue, for sure.
All I can tell you is he's trying his best. My man's just trying his best. Like,
this character generates meme situations as part of their standard gameplay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's already the meme going on right now. You guys can't see the room right now, but Mustache Villain has a cowboy hat. That's enough of a meme for me, honestly.
It looks like one of those giant fake cowboy hats with like a camera in the center.
Wait, they both have cowboy hats? Oh my god, yeehaw!
Incredible.
Yeah, my friend, yeah. I forgot what I was going to talk about next. I literally don't remember anymore.
I can't believe how hard we just got bodied by the hats.
Dude, I mean, it was crazy though. Like, you got to think about that. It's like they both just were wearing cowboy hats. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, on the other side, Aerodat, resident protagonist. No cowboy hat to speak of, unfortunately.
So, in terms of characters you see on the other side of the screen as my good friend Iron Tager, Ragna isn't one of the worst, right? He's not one of the most struggle matchups that this character can run into.
There are certain issues that are presented for Ragna within the matchup, because while Ragna does have certain far-reaching horizontal and more normals, he wants to be a bit closer than most people would want to be versus a grappler.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to move in is just refreshing instead of characters like Mu or Kokanoe or New 13 where you live life at full screen, you live by the sledge, you die by the sledge, stuff like that. You get to play neutral against a character like Ragnar.
Yeah. But, you know, it can be really annoying dealing with 5B and 5C as Tager against Ragnar, just simply because of how far away they go and then what Ragnar can get afterwards. Now, he does have Spark Bolt on deck, so, you know, Aerotat's probably looking for that right now.
Yeah, the moment Spark Bolt is available, it completely shifts the way both characters play neutral.
Yeah. Tager wants to kind of confuse you, and oh my god, yo, he's going to be able to get the full conversion, but does he go for reset? He does,
oh
yeah.
My god.
Not a lot of people are used to Tager resets, and they're just like, what is even happening sometimes? Nice! Read the backdash. Use the gadget finger to be able to get it. Oh, yeah, the Tager classic. Whip 2B into Genesis. I've been seeing that shit since CT, bro.
Mustache Villain is popping off already, round 1.
Yeah, 2B actually has some of the best whiff recovery for the character, and some of the better whiff recovery as a normal for any character in the game, actually. So that's why it makes it such a strong tool to go immediately into Genesis.
Yeah, in a lot of situations, you basically have to be looking for the reset, because you're not going to react in time if your brain isn't already there.
Yeah, because once that Super Flash happens, if you're close enough and not already jumping... Oh, drop the 6C!
That could be huge.
It just pushes him away. He doesn't opt for a knockdown that he can Oki off of. Interesting. Trying to really look out for those magnetism issues, yeah. Okay, was able to negate the Spark, but the Blood Side gets counter hit by JD. Big damage!
This is going to do a whole lot.
God damn, that did... Oh no, yeah, time him out, time him out, time him out, time him out!
Let's go!
Dang it.
Oh no!
I wanted it. I wanted it so bad.
Aggressive burst, Mustache Villain refuses to let the momentum shift. You don't mean that hard and then not burst.
So there's two ways that go. That goes either into a timeout or that goes into a reset that you're not ready for because you don't know when he's gonna stop doing, you know, magnetism and circling around you. So Mustache opted for the reset there. Tried to go for, you know, the oh my goodness.
We have a tournament to run, so they were respecting the timing.
I'm forgetting the name of the move for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he tried to go for the command grab, basically, right?
Right, the one that like hucks him at the wall. And
yeah, the one that chalks him. But didn't get it because I think at the time Aerodat was jumping. Could be forgetting, but yeah.
Yeah, they jumped out. It was
so.
God, what a funny character.
And you know, first game.
Rolling up with this green-haired Ronald McDonald color scheme.
I'm never not gonna be able to see it as Ron. But the thing is like, why would Ronald have green hair? Like,
he's a big fan of the Joker. I don't know.
Trying to get those McDonald's fries as he avoids the overdrive. Still getting hit though with the wall bounce. Aerodat unable to fully convert. Does get the JB on cross up though. Wow.
I love that jump canceled JA on block. That was slick.
Yeah. Oh, backdashes the grab attempt. Tries to get a grab attempt of his own. Oh, didn't fully convert. Super unfortunate. Oh, setup time.
Yo, what is the mix-up?
Oh, God, he hits RC, so he's okay. Got hit by 5D, so he is magnetized. And that's going to be where it's really difficult, right?
Yeah, Tager almost jumps up an entire tier once magnetism is in the game.
It definitely becomes a little bit more annoying to deal with, for sure.
Death, right?
Okay, here. What's the mix-up this time? Just
so
when is it?
64 seconds. How long are we
gonna
be
God, I'm
here?
scared. Or is he going for timeout? Is he going for timeout just because I was talking about it? Oh, messed up.
Oh, whiff.
I don't think Arrow knew.
Oh my God! After all that, they don't have the meter though.
Oh, that's push-ups.
Yeah.
That's 10 push-ups on the throw, jumps over it, and dives for it. Oh,
no. Pink grabs the great net play equalizer.
Alright, so you know, for everything you did to me, I'm gonna make it so that you have to do 10 push-ups, is what Aerodat said.
Wonder if that pink grab is gonna be. Oh, I was gonna say it was gonna be a big momentum shift point, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's just gonna depend on how far Mustache can take it after he gets out of this offensive situation. And oh my god, he's gonna do it and waste the overdrive right here.
What a slick conversion.
Yeah, it goes for the longest possible combo with the most damage.
Oh my god,
tricked him.
That's it.
The messy guessies.
Yeah.
5A, 2-2D, finish it off with the Buster. Hey, 1-to-1 in
so
round
hard. Like, in a situation like that where you're expecting low grab mix-up, basically, blocking the mid and then being ready for the grab is almost harder than just being ready for the grab in the first place.
Set up. Oh, got hit. 5C. Oh, this is
so
a ton of damage, yeah, because it's the 6C loop. Oh,
that's
no. Really unfortunate right there for Aerodat getting caught by the Spark Bolt. Gonna go down 2-0. Mustache Villain finishing it off. Gonna be moving on in winners because I do believe that was still the winners bracket as we go through this.
Yeah.
Let me hit my continue button here so we don't have to sit there and wait for that. My stick's on the floor. I didn't want to keep it in my lap while I commentate. It's not like I'm playing, so.
Man,
Yeah, Mustache Villain. Sorry, go ahead.
I haven't seen shenanigans like that in quite a bit, so that was a very entertaining match for me.
Unfortunately for Taker, there's a lot of situations where he is a character that is forced to do shenanigans to get as far as possible.
Right, that stuff is all super entertaining to watch, but is any of it even remotely as good as Izanami putting a Beyblade on top of you in the corner?
Okay, listen.
Probably. No,
you can.
probably
You can.
not. Maybe.
Okay, you could list off 60 top tiers that have crazy things, and then you could say that about any of their moves, and be like, "Is it as good as Izanami doing X thing?" And I would tell you, probably not.
Izanami with ribcage putting a Beyblade on the ground. Also,
No
you have
oil,
no
no
overdrive.
butter.
Yeah.
2-hour version.
Izanami bakes
ASMR.
your cookies, no milk, no baking soda.
ASMR 2-hour version. Yeah, so up next we're gonna have Serpent versus Yorikoji, because I guess Soda and My Cereal unfortunately had to DQ as they couldn't connect, having internet issues supposedly. Which
that's
is
unfortunate.
Yeah. You know, they were here and ready to play, but I guess somebody poured soda on their router.
Oh no. The dangers of non-standard cereal consumption.
Well, you know, I think Kagura and Izanami are characters that probably have standard cereal consumption. Yeah, I was right. It was Izanami.
I could see Kagura pouring soda on his cereal. Let's be real.
I think. Yeah, you know, probably. But yeah, so coming into it, this is one of those matchups I was talking about where Kagura struggles versus Izanami. But, you know, as I've talked about with Serpent a couple of times, or about Serpent, excuse me, is Serpent is somebody who understands when he's at disadvantage, and he'll figure out how to work with it, right? So, and also Izanami is not the easiest character to play on net play, let me tell you.
Yeah, her execution is finicky under the best of circumstances.
Yeah, even offline, she's a difficult character to execute with. Okay, I do like the backdash decision to after the pressure because I think this Yora understands 2C as a possibility, right? So just, yeah, completely staying away from that button. Oh god!
Oh my god, that was so sick!
She's dead! Well, if the game doesn't lag him out anyway. Okay. The second I saw that 60 counted, I was like, well, goodbye.
God, characters like this are designed to give me a heart attack, I swear.
It'd be like that. Okay, full conversion off the overhead. Oh! Drop into a reset, into another drop.
You love to see it happen.
Yeah, sometimes this is just how net play goes, right? This is just how net play is.
Sometimes you get put in the corner and you just die. And that's life. That's just fighting games. Like, you can be a great player. You can be one of the best players. in the world, but sometimes you will get put in a corner and you're just dead. It just happens to you.
That's funny games in general. Like even some of the more like slow paced like 1v1 fighters, that can just happen to you, right? Like you can just guess wrong on your wake up like 6 different times. You're just like, well, I guess I didn't get to play. But I mean, that's just how it be sometimes.
Yeah, God, Samsho is the most. That just bleeds that aesthetic. The messed up once, guess I'm dead.
Yeah, literally bleeds that aesthetic. Because, oh boy, do you bleed if you get hit by an H button. Oh god. So let's see. I think we're messaged. Oh no, that was an old message. Okay, sorry. I think one of the two is rechecking their connection right now, because that was obviously a little spotty. You guys could see it in the stream. Like, it's not even hard to hide. What's like really funny
is gonna reconnect.
Okay. What's really funny too is I think that's the first connection we've had so far that was visibly bad. On stream anyway. I haven't been watching every stream that's been happening so far with the events today. I'm a lazy boy who's in quarantine, so I woke up at like fucking 2 or something like that. I don't remember when I woke up actually.
My sleep schedule changed pretty drastically when we hit the Eternal weekend, so
yeah. I was just happy to get some sleep, Like I'm just happy to like it's happening.
Dog, I feel you. That is that's a very relatable mood.
Insomnia life is hilarious, dude. Let me tell you. It just be like that when you have certain mental conditions. But yeah, so I guess it's gonna be 5 minutes or so for Serpent to check his connection and whatnot. I don't know if Koji's also gonna check their connection. Yora Koji.
Hopefully,
I feel like
I
they
would love to see
things
things
just in
fixed.
case.
Yeah, I just want things to get fixed because I'm very excited to see some more matches.
So are they gonna go straight into it when Serpent comes back, or are they gonna do like a test? Because I feel like they both should probably check their connection. Like I don't know if like there's no way to tell who it is just off the bat, right? Like
in a perfect world post reset, it'll have just solved itself, and nobody has to have to drop out or anything like that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Well, Serpent's back. So looks like we're just gonna wait on Yora Koji here. But
Serpent saying in chat that it should be fixed, so it might have been a known issue sort of thing.
Oh, like your sibling was watching too much Netflix while downloading other games on Steam, kind of deal. I feel you. But it's crazy to me how much bandwidth Netflix takes. Like it's like actually insane.
Wild.
I wish it was possible to watch Netflix while not playing, but it's not. Not even close. You gotta have some like fiber internet to do that shit. Yeah. And even then I'm scared.
Netflix is the true it's the lag switch of the future.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man, I'm losing. It's time to start that
let's watch Community.
It's time to start the first season of the Avatar.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is coming out on Netflix very soon. And if you have never watched the Avatar series, Last Airbender, it is one of the best series I've ever watched.
It's exceptional.
I heavily implore you to watch it. Please. I remember when that thing first came out, I wasn't watching it because I think I had like the same thought that everybody else had about Avatar. I was like, oh, it's like American wannabe anime. They'll do some weird cringy stuff or whatever, and I'm not gonna like it. And then like I sat down and watched it one day, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
For a lot of people, it set the standard for Western produced anime style content.
Yeah. I had only missed maybe like 3 episodes before I decided to sit down and watch it though, so I guess I didn't miss out on much, which was pretty lucky. But yeah, please watch that on Netflix. Not while you're net playing, preferably.
Or if you just lost 7 straight, maybe it's time.
Maybe, if it's 7-0 and first to 10, just turn it off. Somebody put a disclaimer at the bottom of the stream saying that we do not actually advocate lag switching or rage quitting or anything. Please.
Don't listen to commentators in big flashing letters.
Oh, dude, nobody should ever listen to me. Me in particular. Listen to Matt. He's smart. I'm not.
I'm going to give you all some advice then. Definitely listen to Isaiah. Everything he says. Every word.
And my piece of advice is to make sure to put that Baja Blast in your favorite cereal.
What cereal do you think would work the best with Baja Blast?
It would. So the thing is so Baja Blast already tastes like a fruity cereal, right? So you would probably not want to mask the taste of the cereal itself. So you can't really pick a fruity cereal, right? You can't pick like Fruity Pebbles or anything like that.
That's how it. Cereal, like
you have to, exactly. I feel like you have to. Well, not that neutral, because if that's the case, then you're just eating Baja Blast.
Yeah. What if that's what I want?
I mean, I'm down.
Oh, looks like the match is starting, so I guess we can't talk about cereal anymore.
I don't know. The background kind of looks like it's this is the Baja Blast factory.
Yeah, there's a big Cheerio behind Izanami is the thing. It's actually product placement.
So yeah, coming into the actual game after the supposed internet fixes, already looking a lot better. And I mean, I was gonna say Yoro was really making it hard for Serpent to move, but he finally got a hit with the JC.
It was a lot chunkier last match.
I haven't seen it stutter yet. There it is, the 2A. Caught air unblockable, but no dice on the full conversion.
Oh, big counter hit.
It was an air hit, so it'll scale a little bit, but it is also Kagura.
Right.
Oh, got hit by the overhead. That should be death. So, barring any drops. I didn't see a single stutter, so I would assume that was okay.
Better.
Oh, my daughter just put in the chat, just crumble up a bunch of Taco Bell nachos and put Baja on that. I'll do you one better. I will crumple up a bunch of nacho cheese Doritos or Cool Ranch Doritos, and then just pour Baja over that, and that's my cereal.
How dare you say those words to me? Oh my god, speaking of crumpled, yeah. You want to get crumpled in this game, get counter hit by Kagura.
Oh goodness, yeah. So a lot of people, when they fight Kagura, they forget about his jump cancel points. And 6B, the knee, is or is that 5B? It's one of the two. Is a jump cancel point, right? So some Kagura players will use it to jump cancel on block, instant overhead you, RC into a completely new combo that's unscaled. And that's what Serpent did right there.
Oh my god, but Yora got out with a really sick overdrive. And this match, it could go either way now. Oh no. Scary.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, that was...
So Yora, once they finally got out, like you were talking about,
that was a roller coaster of emotions for me.
Well, Yora actually ended up activating Ribcage while they were very close to danger state. So Ribcage immediately just disappeared as if they were not looking at their barrier gauge, and then it just kind of exploded, right? Like, and they were in danger state, which means she can't air block at all anymore. She already has trouble air blocking when she's in stance because she literally can't air block in stance. But when she's out of stance, she can air block. However, when she's in danger state, she can't do any of that at all. She's got low health, and you do more damage in danger state. She's fighting Kagura.
She was ready to become a fine mist the moment that Kagura sneezed in her general direction. So we're counting the first match, so that was the set, and we're gonna move on to Hitoshira versus Genosade.
Oh wait, really? Oh my god, Genosade, yo. Okay, so Genosade, for those of you who don't know, one of the better 9 players in America, for sure. Like, absolutely incredible player. And you can, like, and what can back that up is tournament results. Genosade has made several top 8s at majors, pretty close to outside of top 8s and other times, but definitely shown to be one of the better 9 players. Absolutely.
Now, Hito's no slouch either. I remember seeing them a whole lot back in the ESL days and in older events, and they generally placed pretty well on net play events, pretty consistently.
I mean, this is
gonna
a
be
home
a great
turf,
match.
right?
Yeah.
This is a home turf, right? Not an ESL tournament, but definitely online. I was gonna make a bad joke about ESL tournaments, but I feel like I probably shouldn't do that.
Esports League, young man.
I'm gonna be civil. We're in the middle of a quarantine, so I have lost all esports feeling. Honestly, you've commentated with me before. I usually try to dress it up a little bit.
Yeah, I wore the time like, yeah, we'll probably both dress up or whatever. But as it turns out, I should have honestly just worn a t-shirt as well, because now I'm wearing a tie and it's very warm in my apartment and I bodied myself.
I was gonna wear a button up for top 8, if that how matters. So you almost were right. You almost got the read on me.
Dang it! I messed up the 50-50 once again.
Yeah, gonna have to deal with a lot of 50-50s in this matchup too, because of 9 and Kunzite, right? So like you have to figure out whether or not 9 is gonna knock you down with 3C, or if she's gonna use 2C and keep you standing and then mix you up with Kunzite. The true 50-50.
9 is still so scary. Remember when Kunzai was plus $1 billion? I do.
It was plus 27.
Yeah, $1 billion.
Now it's plus 6.
It's still nothing to sneeze at, but
That's a lot, yeah.
it got nerfed by 16 frames, and it's still plus 6.
Can you imagine sitting down in your developers meeting or whatever and deciding this move should be plus 27?
Yeah. I always thought it was 22, but
It might have been 20. I forgot. It's been
either
so
way,
long.
it started with 20.
This game has been out for 5 years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I do want to talk about in this matchup in particular, though, is there is one big weakness for Lambda to have to deal with 9, and it is that her dashes are frame 1 projectile invulnerable, right? So a lot of the drive moves are going to have a lot of trouble even catching her. However, Lambda, being a Murakumo, has access to incredible movement, right? She has some of the best backdash frames in the game. She has pretty strong forward dash, right? And then she can also run under pretty well with her with the speed of pretty much anything she can do. So you're gonna see a lot of this right here in the neutral, where Lambda does not want to overcommit to anything at all.
Oh my god, what an overhead.
Yeah, people forget that is really an overhead. It doesn't look like it, does it? It's
so good. It's like if Faust did his 6P and it just clipped your dome or something.
The old underhead. The original Guilty Gear Dust, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to Testament's XX Dust.
Yeah.
The hand coming out of the ground that hit overhead.
An overhead? There's a couple of underheads like that in that game. So yeah, so first round going to Hito. It took a while, but that's kind of the way that Lambda has to play this matchup. She doesn't exactly have a choice. Oh, got caught on wake up with a spike chaser. Back dash on out. Yep. See, that's the movement we were talking about, right? Look, there's the command dash. Back dash.
Being so good at being so hard to catch.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's all about
what a conversion.
Yeah, if they had gravity seed up, they probably could have converted off that fully, but no dice. Oh!
It's the reset.
Yeah, I think Genoseed actually could have teleported past the super if they did double dash, but I think what they were worried about was the second dash being counter hit state, because in the last patch of CF, her dashes became counter hit state if you were able to punish them. So could have been that they're worried about the recovery of Legacy Edge, and then just kind of, or that one's not Legacy Edge, I forget the name of that one, but the projectile super could have been worried about that, and could have been worried about getting counter hit, so it just opted to block instead. Whatever the case may be, first game here going to Hito.
Yeah, very, very good start. Their movement was just so clean the entire match.
I definitely think movement is the name of the game here. And that's always been the Murakumo strength, right? These characters have always had very good movement. regardless of version, that hasn't changed. Whether or not they have like teleports or strong forward dashes or back dashes, that's always been the same.
Yeah,
you know,
the
other
archetype is this strong zoner with very good movement.
Which is funny because Lambda is supposed to be the more aggressive of the two characters.
Right.
But this is just the matchup where if they want to play it out perfectly, they have to run away. And they have to be as annoying as possible. And they do. Oh no! So it looks like Genocide was not even pressing a button at all, and then like recognized that round start happened a bit late, and pressed a button to get counter hit by the 3C.
And that is a life deficit you do not want to start this sort of matchup with.
Yeah, because now look, Genocide is currently trying to catch Lambda again, and we saw what happened when he had to catch Lambda, right?
Oh my god, that dash RC was so good.
Want to talk about dashes being good? There's Nine's forward dash, immediately getting out of the Oki. This is the situation right here. Ice freeze, it's a throw.
That was so slick.
There's 6 different mix-ups that Nine does there.
I didn't that in any universe.
What about this one?
Oh my god, the super delayed overhead. That was brutal.
So the slower the overhead, the harder it is to react to. Let me tell you. Slow overheads are impossible.
It's slow. I was about to say it. It's like a bell curve.
Yeah, slow overheads.
Instant overheads are impossible to block. Medium speed overheads, you know, you can block them. Slow overheads, absolutely impossible.
Nah, dude, I think instant overheads are the easiest to block.
Yeah.
You're not gonna react to them anyway. Like, it's just gas, bro. I'm joking, of course. You're definitely right about it being a bell curve. Okay, so here we go.
Oh my god, what wins?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I wasn't sure because I know that Nines is technically faster on startup, right? But the problem is the laser beam doesn't cover the whole screen, or I mean the whole of Lambda super, right? And that's exactly what happened, is they traded for a little bit because they didn't cover each other fully. There's that counter hit.
This is scary. Swords, can't make it through them all the way.
Oh man. Oh, okay, well, stayed alive on that one. Counter assault comes out. Just barely makes it around the 2D. Got the counter hit on that. Fairy's gonna hit, and now gotta make something happen right now. Got the low, gonna finish it off here.
Look at that life bar. I can't even see it.
What life bar? What are you talking about, man?
Magic Pixel just looked like the UI. Incredible.
Oh my god, that was so scary. I wonder if Hito was even thinking about using Lambda DP in that situation at all. Maybe not because of the fairy, but I just wonder.
I'm really excited to see Game 3.
Well, I mean, yo, this is this our first 1-1? First match that's not gone 2-0 yet so far?
I feel like it is. For various reasons.
So, I mean, it's real close, and it's looking real good. Even though that last match was 2-0 in rounds, Genocide was kind of sweating on the second round, right? Like, he almost died. We just talked about him having no health bar. At least not a visible one, anyway.
Yeah, that was one of the diciest comebacks I've seen in a long time.
Color switch from Hito. Has he switched color every time?
I wish I'd been paying attention.
You know, gotta get the color switch to make sure you get the W, right? Gotta give yourself all.
Stabilize their mental stack, as they say.
Exactly.
It looks like it's working.
I always love when something like that happens, and you just like we attribute it to the color being changed.
Yeah.
Got the classic Murakumo mix-up. Teleport into throw. No react to it. Oh, that's a perfect, baby.
You could say that the color switch was perfect. But people would be really mad if you did.
I didn't say it. That's all I'm saying. You didn't say it technically either.
It was a hypothetical.
It was a hypothetical.
I've got the video to prove it.
Low into the overhead right there.
That was one of the quickest. I've bursted overheads like that.
Yeah.
You get hit by them, and the frame you're getting hit, you're already bursting.
Well, you're like, a lot of the time when you get hit by overheads and then immediately burst, when you see that from most people, they're trying to overdrive the overhead, but they do it at the same time they get hit, instead of, like, getting it right before it. Gravity Seed really trying to put in work for keeping 9 out, but yeah, once Gravity Seed runs out, there's nothing stopping her anymore. Finally, there's the landed DP. Hasn't brought it out up until this point, and you know, maybe that's because it's so close to winning. Oh no! So Genocide. So there is actually a gap in between the character and the super projectile.
Yeah, she extended her hurt box.
So when Genocide saw that, he probably thought he could press a button and kill her, or at least stop her, right? But was actually in the hitbox of it instead. And now Hito gonna finish it off there, 2-1.
That was an incredible set.
Such a masterclass of movement right there. I feel like pretty much every Murakumo player understands movement being pretty much the most important thing about the characters at this point, especially given some of the changes to them these days, right? It's been so... There have been some hardships for the characters here or there, but the one thing that they will never lose is probably having some of the better movement in the entire game.
Yeah, that's just a part of the design at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. And so Hito using that to great effectiveness, taking Genocide down to the losers bracket, I do believe.
Yeah. Also, another exciting winners bracket match coming up. Mustache Villain returning with Buff Ronald McDonald versus X-Slayer. This is going to be a good one.
Losers. This is losers.
Oh, this is losers?
Yeah, Mitsuyoshi, the Ragna S player, the Ragna S Platinum player, excuse me, took down Mustache Villain in winners.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is Ronald's last stand.
You better pull out the Shamrock Shake and the McRib, because otherwise you're done.
You gotta bring back the super size in 2020. It's time.
Different Mitsuyoshi? What? Really? There's another Mitsuyoshi.
Please select your character.
Alright, looks like they're starting.
Yeah, so X-Slayer, again, I mentioned before that they're out of PNW, for those of you who may not know of X-Slayer. Mustache Villain on the other side. We talked about them a bit earlier, you know, pretty much the meme lord, just go check out the Twitter. I don't even...
This is an interactive experience. Did you expect homework from your BlazBlue stream? Surprise!
I'm sorry. I've become the thing I hated most.
No, this is value. This is content. You're creating content. A content creator.
The only content I'm in the business of creating is commentating this match right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. And one of the things I gotta mention is there were several moments where people were questioning how Tager does versus Murakumo characters, right? And there was a game where Tager did pretty well versus Murakumo. This was CP1, I think. It was either CP1 or CP Extend. Forgetting which. But,
I think it was EX. I'm pretty sure it won. That was when we had that legendary Evo match of Tager overdriving the first second of the match to stop the timer.
Well, whatever the case, Mu is more of a hybrid than any of the other Murakumo characters, and so becomes that much more difficult to deal with for Tager as well. However, once Tager gets in, as long as you as long as the opponent doesn't recognize that Sledge is an overhead.
Sledge 2, as it were.
Sledge numero dos.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh, try the even with Murakumo backdash, depending on the buster you use,
oh my god,
it'll still catch you. Oh, didn't get the full conversion there. Got caught low. Okay, Spark Bolt is on deck, so X-Slayer is probably looking for that. Setting up the Steins, not trying to commit too hard, though. Oh, I lied. I said it and I lied. I'm sorry. I'm bad.
Necessary burst.
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, got hit by the Steins. Yeah, that's some of the most hits done in the game, hilariously enough. Counter assaults out. There's 100 bar, and I haven't seen a single wake-up Genesis. I'm really surprised.
Saving that bar for the value meal. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. For next game. Ooh. Oh, there's the anti-air Spark Bolt catching the air dash right there. First game going to Mustache Villain, and I gotta say, pretty strong.
Yeah, that was very clean. Like they made 2 correct reads back to back. They read the backdash, pulled him back in with Gadget Finger. They read the DP, armored through it with 6P. They were just so consistent with their reads. That's what you want to see from like Tager set play, right?
Yeah, the consistency with reads definitely also allowed for forcing X-Slayer to do things that made even more reads easier and easier, if that makes any sense. Like,
right, because you're doing the thing that is supposed to get you out, and it doesn't work. So you do the backup thing, and that also gets read. It can make it really hard to not just go a little ham and make the biggest hard reads of your life just to make it stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, when you're a grappler player, you pretty much base a lot of your game plan around forcing your opponent to think a particular way, so that you can cover options that they may want to go to. And yeah, that entire game was a really strong example of that. I do love the 3C at round start right there from X-Slayer, because that stopped the sledge. Remember, sledge does lose to lows.
One of the huge things that you're looking at in the Tager matchup is, what is my character's biggest low and how fast is it?
Yeah, can I stop sledge, basically?
It dictates the pace of neutral for sure. Like, Kokinoe's 3C, for example, just absolutely skews this matchup. Just that button. It's such a big deal.
For sure. Oh, drop combo right there. 2C is gonna hit. Yeah, big burst. 2C is a really strong combo starter for Moo, but I don't know if you have the resources available to make it as strong as it would be.
Murakumo's speed being boosted by gravity is a sight to behold.
She is smoothing. Oh yeah, I tried to use the Answer Spark Bolt to catch, but wasn't at the right angle. However, is going to get the sledge, and it's possible 50-50 time. Jumps out, was able to get cross up JB, full conversion here.
Does this kill with all that meter?
No. He's got too much health.
I think I've been playing a lot of Grand Blue, where you just die.
This might kill, though. I'm glad I said bite.
Yeah. That's called the option select for those of you at home.
Oh, is that what that is?
And it's for me.
That might finish it off right here, depending on if he drops or not. No, X-Slayer going to finish that off, and then first round of the second game. It took a little bit. You know, I mean, Tager's got a lot of life, and you do got to run away sometimes. But eventually you get to that point. Oh, God.
Big counter hit.
Yeah, definitely hit him with the NBA Jam. There it is.
6P?
Oh,
No, there he's out so good. Oh
you know,
God.
I wonder if I would have just conceded the round, actually. That combo was going to kill.
Now if they make one more big misstep, X-Slayer is just dead with no burst. But, well, they're getting the pressure started.
Yeah, with this hit, that could actually completely change the tide, because they're going to have a chance to build some of that burst back, get a bunch of damage, and now with the Oki setups, forcing the burst, okay, that's actually maybe even a win.
Sometimes when I'm losing a round, and I just know it's over, my goal shifts from winning the round to forcing the burst. At least get something out of it, right?
I mean, eventually X-Slayer did force the burst, because at this point, unless Mustache Villain gets active flow, that burst isn't coming back for a while.
And this might be a little bit esoteric, but I feel like being able to tell yourself, I forced the burst, makes your momentum going into the next round so much better. You don't feel like you just got bodied. You feel like, I got something done, I'm still doing good. And X-Slayer... Oh, I was about to say, but things happen.
I have a whole set of reasons why I could explain why that happens, but yeah, unfortunately, action's a bit quick right now as Mustache Villain is inching closer and closer towards X-Slayer. Unfortunately, the 6A is going to whiff, and he's going to get hit by it. Spark Bolt does not connect, but there it is, the 6A again!
You're dead?
Well, I mean, he's got to hit it. Okay, what's the mix-up?
52 seconds, I'm so tired.
Wedge Catapult. Finishes it off.
Kills, yeah.
Okay. I didn't think Wedge Catapult was actually going to be able to do enough damage there. So that's why I thought a mix-up was coming. But
the combo was optimal.
Well, there it is. So, Mustache Villain's going to be taking it there. You know, what was getting ready to be a nail-biter situation. Possibly.
That was... Oh, I love Tager in this version.
I'm glad you like Tager, you know? Glad you like Tager. I'm a big fan of a lot of things in CF. I'm a big fan of CF in general, personally.
CF is my favorite version of Azrael I've ever played. CF Azrael is so fun.
Are you serious? Did you play CP1.1?
I'm not saying he's the... No, I didn't, but B, I'm not saying he's the best version. I'm saying he's my favorite I've played.
Well, no, that's my point. Is my favorite was CP1.1. Regardless of him being the best version as well.
That character was pretty degenerate at that point. Growler being a true DP was quite good.
CP1.1 Azrael had the most free-form decisions that the character could do. You could do any combo during Valiant, and it was probably optimal. So you could just while out, right? Like, you just do whatever you wanted. Like that was the best part about Azrael in CP 1.1. But one of the best parts about tournaments we have these days is going to be our wonderful sponsors that we have to give some shout outs to, you know? So we got to talk about those for a little bit. I know everybody loves $8.95, but it's just really important that we go through and speak about these ads real quick. So first, we're going to show
this video speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now that you've checked out that sick video, check out Kiten Books' newest manga releases. Sorry. Go visit their website or give them a follow on Twitter at Kiten Books. It's nice that we have real distributors now in the year 2020, right?
Yeah, it's also nice that we have promo codes for Shunhao's gift shops, right? Being able to use code WSC2020 to be able to get some BlazBlue related merchandise. You can only from 424, 426. It's really nice to have all that BlazBlue stuff. We've been having a lot of BlazBlue stuff going on throughout the years, and it's continuing here with the World Serpent Championship, the global BlazBlue Central Fiction Online Major. You guys can use
Serpent Championships. I've heard that we're raising money for global charity to aid in the fight against COVID-19.
That's right, and you guys can check out the link right there below to be able to do yourself a favor, do everyone in the FGC a favor, and also donate to the cause. So bit.1
could use a favor. The Japanese arcades, they've been having a lot of trouble during quarantine. A lot of them, their future is a little bit questionable. Look at their YouTubes, look at their Twitters. If there's an arcade like Mikado that you're really familiar with, and it's a valuable thing to you to see arcade culture thrive, check them out, see if they're taking any crowdfunding or paid subs. It's definitely a time for all of us to help each other out. To whatever means you can, whatever is reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so always a big shout outs to everybody that has already donated, because currently right now we have $820 in the donation, our top donation being $200. I should probably bring up the webpage. I'll probably do that before the next set of ads. But we've had a lot of people really helping out with that, and it's hugely appreciated, honestly. Thank you so much for those of you who have already donated and whatnot. As we have gone through these ads, however, we're going to keep going through the actual action of BBCF because we got a lot more of it to go. We have not figured out who's making it into the top 8 yet, but we are trying to get winners to move along here. So up next, I do believe we are going to have Kyo-chan versus VN's IGM GIM or Igum. I can't figure out if that's like supposed to be said phonetically or not. But Kyo-chan, she actually is out of Oregon. She was one of the only people that I got to play in CF offline. Like just period. I'm pretty well acquainted. Unfortunately, I'm not super well acquainted with GIM. So
there's a certain handful of BlazBlue names that I recognized back when I was like a lot deeper into the community. So there's a lot of people I just don't recognize at this point either. I'm out of the loop, so I'm very excited whenever I see a name that I'm not familiar with, because it means there's some new surprises coming up in the match.
Yeah, it's either that or somebody changed their handle,
Yeah.
And then I just go like, oh, it's you. I feel like that happens to me a lot.
It looks like IGM is a PC Kagura player, so we're going to be seeing some more of the big sword boy.
I'm looking at that, yeah. I just pulled up their Twitter. Also a Vasaraga main in
likes the big boys.
Yeah, likes the damage, I guess. That's a big way to get damage for sure. And I believe that's whom we are waiting on, as I can see Kyo-chan in the lobby right now. Also run stuff for the Mexican AFGC. Nice, yeah, super good. Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that they were out of Mexico on the Twitter. I briefly skimmed it. Sorry. But yeah, big ups to them. I'm really happy that they do stuff for the FGC on their local scene side. I know it can be super hard in these times right now to do that, since everything has to be online as well. So hopefully that's
a huge shout out to every single TO who is finding a way to make things work these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much effort and it's so much work that they've just taken on themselves for the good of their communities. I'm always consistently impressed and grateful.
Another set of people that I have to give shout-outs to are the streamers that take time out of their day to bring us, the wonderful footage that you guys see, forcing you to listen to our voices throughout the tournaments and whatnot. It takes a lot of time, and it uses up a lot of their resources to do it as well. So big ups to them.
Absolutely.
That's right. Thanks you.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the damn back.
You deserve it.
You deserve it.